Why is your boss bossing people around? Could it be that if the boss or your manager or whoever it is who's using their elbows and trying to push people down is because they're feeling insecure about themselves? Could it be that they really are afraid that if they didn't boss around, nothing would be left? And then how would they get people to do the work? Well, there is a better way. It's called leadership. And it's even a better way of doing leadership. It's called leadership by heart. What if you, or the leader you have, or the leader you aspire to be, was someone who really was shining and wanted other people to shine? In this video, we'll go into how you can become a natural leader with natural authority who brings out the shine in you and the shine in others. So if you feel that's like you, keep listening. There are three huge forces in a body. It is of course the mind, which is a power tool if used right. And it's the heart, which is 5,000 times stronger. And it is the gut, which is the instinctual part of us. And if we align those three and have them work in unison, we can unfold magnificent things and we can find new solutions. In this video, I'll guide you into all three of them and how you can align them. Enjoy. Leadership, on the other hand, is about who you are. If you're in a role of a manager, or you don't even have to have a leader role, just actually feeling to who you are and wanting to step out in the role and give your contribution, that is leadership. If you're in a situation and you see that something needs to be done and you speak your mind and you actually start doing it, that's leadership in action. So you all do take leadership at different points in time, and the more you take leadership, the more you'll likely be put in a position of leadership. So you get a leader role, or you'll just be taking it, making it happen. So leadership is being who you are and allowing your true greatness to shine through while doing it. You're trying to limit yourself by a position or putting out all this fair plays of I'm your boss and you're my employee and you should listen to me because it's like that, which is use of authority. Instead, true leadership gives a natural authority. And when you're true to yourself and you're genuine in why you're here and what you're doing, and you're genuine and clear in communicating it, you know what you want and you say what you want. You're not playing games. It's so clear that you get a lot of weight, you get a lot of authority naturally. You don't have to pretend overcompensate. If you see people trying to lead but pumping up themselves to get more power and scream louder and convince people, it's probably because they're not so convinced themselves. If someone has a very outgoing way of being, like myself, if people are very pushed up, there might be a backside to it where there is a small thing that's overcompensated for. So instead of that, let's try to look at the game. Okay, I'm pushing this. Why I'm pushing this? What's holding me back? And when I look at what's holding me back, the push drops away as well. So it's two sides of the coin and both drop away. And then some people are afraid, oh, what's left then? Nothing. That's not true. What's left is the true you. Finally, all the games disappear. And then the true leadership comes. That is what leadership by heart is. And the reason I call it by heart is that we have like many centers of consciousness in the body. In Chinese medicine, they're talking about 3 brains. And we actually found neurons, or the brain cells. Pardon me, this is not my cup of tea, but they found the same type of cells in the brain and in the gut and also in the heart region of our body. So it's Dantian is the name of energy center in Chinese philosophy and Taoism, Tao. And So that's the three centers I focus a lot on when we're working with leadership at heart, by keeping it aligned and in balance. The head, the heart, and the gut. And there's many reasons for this. But behind all, when we're in balance, we actually get access to a pure heart, to our potential, to that which we are, and to that which we recognize in ourselves and also in others, in all beings. And then we start to connect in a deeper way. Connecting in a way that I know what's good for me, really good for the deepest part of me is good for you. And if it's not good for the deepest part of you, then I haven't reached the point in myself. So actually getting to the leadership of heart is getting to a sustainable way of being in the world. And then we can connect to your intentions, which is all about being happy, being blissful, being strong, and allowing others to do the same. Shine and allowing others to shine. And they try to measure the power of thinking, because it's huge, it's enormous. You can create almost anything with your thoughts. And you can amplify it by 5,000 times by adding the heart. Because if you have a thought and then you feel how would it feel to have that vision happen, you're adding 5,000 times the power electromagnetically measured. And you might get it if your gut is in the same line. But if your gut says no, if you feel that you don't deserve it, nothing will happen. You'll create something else from your gut. Because this is the most powerful center, because this is the instinctual center. But it's possible to actually live in a coherent way where it's aligned, and then listening into the pure heart and acting from there, and then always finding solutions which are win-win-win, always meeting challenges in the world, seeing that whatever looks like a problem now is actually carried forward by its own solution. There is a solution here waiting for me to meet it, look through the grim face of it and say, who are you? And how can I actually meet you? And how can we unfold your potential? And I'll show you how I do that myself, so you can pick up the guidelines and do it in your own way. And then unfolding the potential in every situation and in every being, every human being, everyone and everything you meet. That is taking leadership in a true sense.